Throughout the summer, a lot was said about your ability to fill in space and kind of find your groove offensively. This is your first NBA game. How was it for you just finding your spots and finding your rhythm?
It was easy. My teammates made it easy for me, finding me when I was open. And the rest just came from knocking down shots, running the floor, and just trusting the offense and just trusting my teammates.
Did it help to feel comfortable to get the first couple to go down?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Coming into the game, I was very more loose than summer league, I feel like. A lot more loose, wasn't a lot of jitters, but like I said, teammates helped me with that. And then the rest of it took care of itself.
How much of that comfort is just, and this for both of you, just that you now have been together for a little while?
I feel like our team has a long way to go as far as chemistry, but I feel like we're heading in the right direction. We're all having fun playing with each other. We're all playing hard with each other. But it's just taking that next step and just keep growing together.
Tari, how much of summer league carried over into tonight?
I think just, my mentality never changes. The way I play the game never changes. And just the things I bring to the floor just kind of don't change. I'm always going to be in the right spot, get after it defensively, and just play and be one of the hardest playing dudes on the court. So I think that that translates at any level, and I'm just continue to do that.
I was going to ask kind of the same thing. It looked like the way you were playing was very much like last year. Is that how it felt, or how did it feel?
I feel like everything, up until this moment, the coaches, even, through this off-season training, has prepared me for this moment. So really, I was just, comfortable out there once I got settled in.
For either of you guys, what do you think stood out defensively tonight about just how things looked, the way you guys were able to be disruptive and holding the Spurs to such a low point total?
I think the things that stood out to me is just, our ability to be in our gaps and our ability to recover, and our scramble defense. I think a couple of times, we were scrambling and, it was a late clock and, we ended up forcing a turnover. So in some of those possessions. So I think just continuing to be in our spots, continuing to talk, communicate, and everything should be all right.
Did you catch Bruno, or did Bruno catch you up here?
Yeah, we kind of ran into each other a little bit. But I'm all right. I'm going to put some ice on it. I know it'll be swollen, but I'll be all right.
Jabari, you talked about in summer league how defense might be the best attribute on the court. Can you just talk about what are some of the differences playing defense in the NBA versus in college?
I would say the space of it. You know what I mean? Like in college, it's no 3 seconds, so you can really load to the ball a lot more. The court's smaller, and in this league, just the players are better. So it's like you can't help as much. You gotta it's kind of just different from the spacing perspective. Like a lot of different players, and just make it a little tougher. But it makes it easier on the offense too. So balance out.
Tari, coach said that they didn't run any play, not one play for you tonight, but you were still able to get points and get to the rim. Was that just based off of your basketball knowledge, your basketball IQ, and taking what the defense gave you?
Yeah, I think it's always that. Plays aren't really ran for me anyway, so I'm kind of just used to being able to find open space and get it on my own. Whether that get it off the glass, steal, anything I can do to kind of just get myself going.
Tari, I saw you agree with Jabari on the last question that I just asked you. You personally, what are some of the things you feel like you need to work on to continue improving your game and defense?
Not standing. I think the differences, like you said, in college, it's kind of about crowding space and taking up space, and whereas the NBA it's much different, where there's a lot more space and you're giving up space. But I think just not standing around. Sometimes I can be a little stagnant, or where if I'm guarding a guard now, he's coming off a pin down or things like that, getting up into the ball. So things like that, understanding just how to guard. Just with coming off screens and pin downs and things like that, I think that's where I can definitely take the next step.
Jabari, I want to ask you, it seemed like they had you in the corner on several threes and you were able to get them to go in. Is that something the coaching staff emphasized throughout training camp, is maybe having you more in the corner and having KPJ and Jalen get you the ball there?
Not necessarily emphasize it, but we always focus on whoever is in that corner, being beat, being ready to shoot, because depending on who's in that corner, it kind of takes away from the tag. You can't tag as much. like it just helps space on the floor a lot when I'm in that corner, so I don't got no problem with it.
Jabari, speaking of the corner, there was that 1 3 that you made off of a pass from KPJ, cross court, one-handed. What was your reaction just kind of in that moment and, kind of after that, receiving that pass from that read from
We
KPJ?
made eye contact right before he threw it. I mean, I knew it was coming. He's made the pass a lot of times in practice, so I mean, I was ready for it. So when he threw it, I was ready to knock him down.
Were you surprised that they gave you that many open shots from the corner tonight?
I honestly was, but I feel like on some of them they were there. I mean, some of them was just good passes, like the one KP made. You don't expect nobody to make that pass, so I mean, I hope they probably got the message now. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.